So I'm gonna talk about my fight versus Junior Dos Santos, a rematch. Um, Obviously, I lost the first one. A lot of stuff going into the first one where it wasn't in my favor, and I knew that, and I wanted to make it work, and just believing in myself that I thought I could do it. Well, it turns out, you know, Junior won. And before I had to fight him, I had to fight Bigfoot, and I was just fucking just pissed off, just mad, and I just needed to get back to that position. So fought Bigfoot, beat him. Now I had the rematch set up with Junior, and I knew right away, like as soon as I lost that first fight, that I knew my mind had to change a lot. Like I knew I had to go into like a place where very like dark, very evil, like bad intentions, like kind of like all or nothing type of thing. And I just fucking prepped my mind, man. After that loss, like fuck that, like I'm the type of guy when I go into fights that, to me, it's not about winning and losing. Like it's about going out and like hurting somebody, because that's what we do, and that's how I see it. It's some of like it's war for me. It's a hand-to-hand combat, like war. So I already bring those bad intentions out, like when I do that. This one was even more different. I just had to train myself over and over again that no matter what, that I was going to win at any cost. I was willing to go to the end, like die out there, type of thing. Like test myself. I needed to test myself, and I knew it would have to go there. Like I knew Junior wasn't just gonna let me have it. That it was gonna be a war. That it was gonna be something that I really had to test myself, like deep down inside. Something I've never like gone through, like type of thing. I've gone through it in wrestling, but this is something different, with the strikes and. So we got the rematch set. Trained really well for that fight. Like I said, I got myself prepped. Like a lot of visualization of being in like the worst positions, and just no matter what, I always go out and win. Like that was my mentality. Just over and over again. It was going to be real. That I was going to win. I said it so much that it was going to happen. And then got the rematch set. We go out and fight. And right away it was just like, I got to take the fight to him. This is how I trained, for the fights. There was nothing of me being injured or anything else. Like I wasn't going to just go fuck him up, as bad as I could. That's all I was thinking. And just the revenge, and just like, almost so much so that I didn't even want to like finish the fight. I wanted to punish the whole time. So first round we're fighting. I just feel like I'm going in, punches and everything, like with the punches and with the takedowns, mixing that up. It just, like a lot of things opened up. Like he didn't know what I was going to do. It's just, it's a lot of hard. It's hard to like to fight with somebody like that that's going to change levels on you and don't know if you're going to try to wrestle them or if they're going to strike. So doing that, fucking, I remember hitting him with that good right hand, that overhand right, dropped him, try to follow up and finish him. It didn't work, but I already knew, like, okay, like no matter what, I'm just gonna have to keep going, keep putting the pressure on, and if he ends up like stopping, and in that meantime, then he ends up stopping. But I'm gonna keep that pressure on, and dropped him, try to finish him, didn't happen. He ended up recovering. He stood up, and then from there it was just the grind of trying to keep as much weight on him as I could, trying to break him down. he was able to stand up a lot, and um, it was just so hard, man. Just going in, taking him down, trying to keep him down, um, him standing up, and then having to work right into that again, getting the separation. Okay, now I gotta working with the boxing, light him up a little bit, try to look for that takedown always though. Even if I don't get the takedown, then I'm gonna go back up and do the strikes again. So that's how the fight was, pretty much. And I remember, right in the first round, I was like, fuck, I'm already like tired, like really tired, There's a lot of action. We go into the corner from the first round, come out in the second round, and it's the same thing over again, I'm just trying to be crafty and not settle too much, not stay in one spot. You do that. I felt his power anytime, like, he would like land on me, or he would almost land. Like I felt how much force was like coming with his punches, and it was something that only a few guys have. It's not everyone. Not everyone feels like that. There's some guys where you can like take their stuff, or they'll hit and it feels like there's nothing behind it. Like these felt like they had a lot of like force behind it. So I always had to be careful. And yeah, man, just striking, looking for the takedowns, vice versa, like kicks every now and then. That's how the second round went. I remember going out of the third round, I was just fucking. I almost felt like I was gonna faint, like coming out of the third round. Like that's how like exhausted I was just from fucking trying to take down a 240-pound guy over and over again, carrying him, on your back, and getting in on a leg. It's like, that's the hardest thing. Like getting in on a leg, you can't sit there and wait and rest. You need to, as soon as you get that leg, you just start moving, trying to dump them. Doesn't work. Okay, turn the corner, come here. So it's like chain wrestling the whole time. So I feel like it was never a time where I got to get a break, and he never got to get a break. So my plan of attack was just that, like, always be in his face, throw a lot of stuff at him, always keep him guessing, never let him know like what's happening, never let him settle down, never let him get comfortable, have him fight my pace of fighting. And going out of the third round, I told myself, I'm like, well, you could faint. It's a possibility, because that's what it feels like. And I've gotten to that point in training where, like, my ears are ringing and my eyesight gets all like bright. So I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I'm gonna faint, and I felt like that. And I just said, well, if that happens, that happens. That's what I'm prepped for. But I'm just gonna keep doing it, keep doing this pace until, either I don't fight anymore in this fight, or I stop him, or I do it until the fight's over. So third round again, freaking same thing, trying to carry him, taking him down, trying to land punches. He's landing like good elbows, like as I'm coming in with a lot of pressure, he's landing in with some good elbows, almost like me running into like his elbow kind of thing, because I'm putting a lot of pressure on him. So in all that, like I just started thinking of like a bunch of shit, like it's almost like a mind game with yourself that, okay, like the easiest thing would be just to like slow down, but then the other side in your mind is like no, like I need to do this for my family. I thought of my wife, my kids, like fuck that. Like I got to do this for them. I got to do this for everyone. And then I could hear, I could always hear my wife, because her voice is very like high pitched. So I can always hear her voice out there like cheering. So that's kind of a thing, just kind of giving me strength in those times, when you're like we're like, oh, I can back down just a little bit, and you're like, no, like you can't, dude. So you're just like fighting within yourself to keep that pressure going at a time when you're just super exhausted. But you know, it's just crazy how much like the body can go, you know, before the mind starts to like try to like chime in and be like, wait, let's like almost like sidetrack you, and you're just like, fuck it, like the hell no, like keep doing this, keep going. It's just crazy how much the body can go through, how much, like how tired you can get, how much you can exert yourself out there, and how much damage you can take, and how much it's just in that moment, it was just like that was the only thing that I had to do, and that's what I've like prepped myself for. So the third round, fourth round, the fifth round, fifth round, same thing, like mind games, but just had to keep going and going. And I knew, I just counted down like the time, like, okay, it's the fourth round, it's the fifth round, like last round. I gotta just fucking do this, just keep doing this shit. I fucking sweat so much. I'm a guy that sweats a lot, so I'm fucking sweating so much. I'm just fucking trying to get all the sweat out of my eyes because it's like fucking going in my eyes. I'm trying to see, you know. I've gotten a thing where like in training when I hit mitts, like sweat just comes in my eyes and it's like, motherfucker, I can't see, you know, trying to like hit, and it's like water's coming down. So that was happening all through the fight. Just really tired, fucking, it's getting harder to see. He's still dangerous, I can still feel his power. And I'm just trying to be crafty with everything, like kicks, punches, takedowns. It was the hardest thing that I've gone through one of the hardest things that I've gone through as far as a fight, would go, with the mind games, with how much we can push ourselves and what we prepped ourselves for. And then he just never stopped as well. He just never stopped fighting, you know, hit him with the good stuff. Like he just never stopped. He just kept going and going and going. He just kept fighting, you know, he's a fighter, he's a survivor. And I had to put myself in that dark place to like punish him, because I knew that was like that would be the only way that I would have to win, you know, like those knockouts wasn't really going to work on him. At that time he was fucking good chin, you know. I definitely punished him, you know. And that's kind of what I had to, you know, I prepped myself for, was that game that we'd have to get there. And then once the fight was over, man, I just remember like just fucking falling down like in the middle of the cage, and just like, yes, like we fucking did it, like, oh hell yeah, it's over. I fucking got the victory. That's it, just taking that moment, because that's all you can do, you know. It's just, and then like the fight itself is just like a blur. You don't even fucking know what happened, you know, until you re-see it again. But you know, like bits and pieces of what you did. And it's like, it's just all the senses that you feel when you're out there. Like the smell of the canvas, the smell of your opponent, you know, because you're wrestling them as well. The smell of the Vaseline, because it's all over you. Like the sweat, the blood, you smell all the iron out there. You know, the cage itself, like when we're like fighting in close against the cage, you know, the cage is kind of getting in the way as well, you know, like if he moves and you're fucking going straight onto the cage and you're fucking getting scraped by the cage, like your hands are, your fingers are, your fucking elbows are. And it's almost like you realize that, oh, like my knee, my elbow, and whatever's getting scraped on the cage as I'm like trying to take him down, and you acknowledge it, and then it's like go back to what you're doing, like kind of thing. So it's just crazy, man. Just all that you sense out there, and what's going on, like in your mind. But yeah, like that's exactly what I thought that fight would turn into, and that's something that I really had to just test myself, and I did, and I don't know. I feel it was almost like before that fight, it was almost like I needed to test myself, kind of thing. You know, I don't know if that's just all men, like in some way that they need to test themselves in that way. And I did, you know, and I fucking came out on top, and you know, whatever else. But it's just weird now looking back at it, like I had to test myself for that, you know, why, you know, type of thing. You know what I mean? But that's at that time, like that's all I was about, was fucking, you know, was getting back what was mine, what I truly felt was mine, and doing anything that I had to do to get it. And that's, you know, obviously hurt, just like punish another human being, right? I have a lot of respect for Junior, and just the type of person that he is, the type of fighter that he is. But that night was just a different version of me that I don't know, that I had to be in order to win, in order to get, you know, to get what I wanted, to get what I needed for myself. And I did, you know, I got that where I tested myself. I got that belt back. And I paid for it, you know. Junior paid for it, I paid for it. That whole week after I was done, like my body felt good. It was definitely just broken down just from like that hard, you know, fucking like marathon, I guess you would say. And then like my back, that's when I really, like, my back was really, really tight. That whole week I'd walk, and I could feel the nerves in my feet as I walked after that fight, from all the takedowns and shit. Like, just I'd walk and I could feel all the nerves in my feet for that whole week. Like, my back was really like inflamed. It was really jacked up from that. And that was just like a thing. That was just like the first step of things to come, because my back got worse and worse over like a couple more years after that. But that was like the start. It was like, holy shit, like my shit's fucked up. Like walking. But yeah, it was. I mean, after that, it's just more of like recovery and watching the fight, and like you just go back to that fight, like that week, and like, okay, like where my mind is like, okay, where can I get better? I'm gonna watch this fight, and like, where can I improve on, kind of thing, you know? So it's like, I don't know if it's everybody else, but for me, my mindset is always like, I'm never happy, and I've never been happy with it all. Like, yes, I'm happy that I won. I'm happy that I got what I wanted, but not like that it was like a perfect fight. Not like I was extremely satisfied. Like, yes, I did it. Like, and it's almost like bittersweet, because I've never been like, oh, like, yes, I'm happy, totally happy with what happened here. I've never been that way. So it's like I can't even, like, you know, be excited or be just happy that happened and that's there, and then that's it. There's still like I don't know, like not demons, but just I'm just not happy with it all. You know what I mean? So it's just fucking. But that's just me. I'm just I don't know, like perfectionist in that way. And I mean, what you know, and how could it be perfect? It really can't. But in my head, it's not. So I'm just not happy. So then I move on and do something else, or move on and in the next fight try to improve and try to be better and try to get to that point that I think is in my head, like ideally in my head, but it's I can never be happy in like reality. So yeah, that was that fight.
That's awesome.